Reactions have begun trailing a social media post by popular Arise TV presenter and political analyst Hussein Rufai regarding the presidency of late Igbo leader and Prime Minister Chief Nnamdi Azikwe. Taking to his Twitter handle a few hours ago, Hussein revealed the constant claim by some historians that Azikwe did not wield any authority as Nigerian Prime Minister was false, adding that it was clear that he was not a ceremonial president as peddled by some sections of the country. To buttress his point, the renowned political analyst referred to Section 84 of the Nigeria Constitution of 1963, which gave him the ability to dissolve the country's sitting parliament. Let's debate, was Azikiwe a ceremonial president? Reference read the 1963 constitution from section 84. You will see it was not ceremonial as wrongly passed from history. We need to learn together. The 63 constitution also has separate constitutions for the four regions in them. A man that had the power to dissolve parliament wasn't a ceremonial president, he rose. Okay? Well, quite interestingly, the TV presenter's assertions led to serious arguments between some of his followers online, while some persons agreed that Azikwe was not in any way a ceremonial president as widely believed. Others, however, insisted that the historical narrative is correct. Okay, oh, how old are you to tell an investigative reporting to do more research on what exactly, or can't you do the research? If somebody is asking that it was a ceremonial countering Rufai that Azikwe was a ceremonial president. Was Nigeria practicing presidential democracy pre-1979? I think you need more lecture on history of Nigeria democracy. When Nigeria became a republic in 1963, he was appointed a ceremonial president, not elected president. In which election did he emerge? And this one is saying, how old are you to tell an investigative reporting to do more research? Well, he was made a ceremonial president on the strength of his alliance with the NPC. He was elected from his constituency as a member of the House of Reps, where the Prime Minister was chosen, and also Azikiwe as ceremonial president was chosen too. You are all missing the point. Dino said Zik was a regional leader, and Rufai told him that Zik was a president. Yes, Zik was not an executive president, but he was Nigeria president, not eastern or regional president. Ceremonial or not, he had the power to dissolve the parliament. Zik was never elected as the executive president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The first elected president is Alhaji Shehu Shagari. In 1963, Nigeria became a republic and was no longer a ceremonial head. Don't let him confuse you. Please, Rufai made a mistake, and instead of admitting it, is now finding excuses. In a parliamentary democracy like we had after independence, the real power lies with Prime Minister. Zik was ceremonial. Shagari was the first executive president in 1979. Well, Azikwe was never a ceremonial president. He had the power to dissolve parliament, sack the prime minister, and call for elections. All foreign presidents, prime minister, kings, and queens visiting Nigeria must meet Azikwe first before seeing the prime minister. The question now is, was he aware of those constitutional rights? Because he performed badly. He lacked negotiative spirit, and instead of taking what belonged to him, having labored for it, he was there saying he doesn't care who becomes who, provided Nigeria gain independence. In fact, Zik originated what the Igbos are suffering today. Rufai thought he was actually trying to disgrace Dino, but he was only disgracing himself. Dino was more correct than him. Thank God, Dino stayed humbled and responded well to his questions. Dino's reply was more accurate than Rufai. Zik was a ceremonial president during the First Republic, even though the constitution gave him power to dissolve the house. If you say he is executive, what are the other functions that made him executive president. However, during the Second Republic, Zik became a regional leader as the presidential candidate of the NPP, even though he made some inroad into Benue Plateau as he only won in the East while MPN won the general election. Hey, ah, no be small something. Students of history. Mr. Rufai, please concentrate on your journalism and stop taking side in party politics. Okay, you will not expect a professional practitioner to be this biased in politics, but since it's with the obedience is a hero, abnormalcy become a norm. Whether you like it or not, Zik was a former Nigeria president, no doubt about the word president, but as the queen was the prime minister of Britain as taught by your teacher. Hosseini is just confusing the confused. Executive power lies with the PM. The president only dissolve whenever there is stalemate in the parliament. If the president can, of course, dissolve when there is a stalemate, according to you, what is ceremonial about it? See, it was a mix of pseudo monarch and parliament system. Just as in Britain, the aristocracy never wielded direct power to the executive parliament, but must vet and approve the leanings. This is even why later on it was metamorphosed to full presidential system to ratify the imbroglio. Zig's role and power in pre-independence and afterwards can never be questioned except by ignoramus, who out of sheer ethnic sentiment would want to trivialize such lofty position, which even the British themselves tried pretty hard but could not scuttle his power. It is this ethno-bigoted tribalism that gave birth to ethnic suspicion that became the bane of the nation Nigeria to date. And earlier, you guys stopped defaulting and defrauding people of their hard-earned honor on grounds of ethnic grandstanding, the safer for all of us. Azikwe was a mere figurehead. If he wasn't, he would not have run away on being hinted about the upcoming coup. On the 15th of January 1966, he thought the military would make him prime minister after the death of Tafawa Balewa, and that was why Dr. Nwafo Orizu, the then Senate president, did not agree to the then minister's request, who agreed and appointed uh, Deep Charima to be prime minister. Every parliamentary government say the minister, the prime minister remains in charge of the government. The president is a ceremonial figure. Lobatson. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.